The 19th century was an age of progress, discovery, and imagination. It was the century that gave us trains, telegraphs, photography, and the beginnings of electricity in everyday life. But with innovation came failure, and for every invention that changed the world, dozens more never caught on. Some were simply too impractical, others were dangerous, and a few were just plain strange. Today, we're diving into 25 weird inventions from the 1800s that didn't last. 1. The anti-garrote collar. In Victorian London, fear of street crime was real. One invention to prevent being strangled during robberies was the anti-garrote collar, a spiked metal contraption worn around the neck. It looked more like a torture device than a fashion accessory, and unsurprisingly, it never caught on. 2. The mechanical horse. Before cars, inventors tried to build machines that mimicked animals. One 19th century invention was the mechanical horse, a wooden contraption with gears and levers designed to trot like a real animal. It was noisy, uncomfortable, and far less useful than an actual horse. 3. The pneumatic life preserver. Safety at sea was always a concern, so inventors created inflatable life preservers, often shaped like bulky belts or jackets. The problem? They were made of fragile rubber that easily punctured, sometimes sinking faster than the person wearing it. 4. The rotary hairbrush. In the 1800s, inventors tried to mechanize grooming. One device was a rotating hairbrush, powered by turning a crank. Instead of styling hair, it often tangled and pulled it out, making it one of the less glamorous innovations of the era. 5. The atmospheric railway. This invention used air pressure to push train cars along tracks. In theory, it was brilliant. In practice, the system constantly broke down, and the leather valves used to seal the tracks rotted away. It was soon abandoned. 6. The mustache cup. Victorian men loved their facial hair, but hot tea or coffee often stained mustache. The mustache cup had a ceramic guard across the rim to protect the mustache from liquid. While quirky, it faded out as mustache styles changed. 7. The pedestrian curricle. Think of it as a cross between roller skates and stilts. Worn on the feet, these contraptions allowed people to roll down the street. They were hard to balance on, dangerous, and eventually gave way to proper roller skates. 8. The electric corset. Health fads were everywhere in the 1800s, and one bizarre invention was the electric corset, supposedly delivering mild shocks to improve posture and health. Instead, it was uncomfortable and potentially harmful, so it quickly disappeared. 9. The horse-drawn fire engine with steam power. Fire brigades experimented with steam-powered engines pulled by horses. They were expensive, heavy, and not much faster than traditional methods, so adoption was slow and eventually replaced by fully motorized engines. 10. The revolving hammock. Sleepers could supposedly stay cool with a hammock that rotated gently in circles. In reality, most people felt dizzy or fell out before getting any rest. 11. The cigar lighter hat. Inventors loved to combine fashion with function, and one strange creation was a hat with a built-in lighter for cigars. Not only was it impractical, but it also carried the risk of setting your head on fire. 12. The steam-powered tricycle. Long before cars, inventors tested steam-powered tricycles. While impressive, they were heavy, slow to start, and prone to exploding boilers, hardly the future of safe transportation. 13. The nose shaper. Victorian society was obsessed with appearance, and one invention promised to improve crooked noses. The nose shaper was a clamp worn at night to supposedly mold the nose into a more attractive shape. Painful and ineffective, it faded quickly. 14. The cat piano. Yes, this was real. The cat piano placed cats in cages, each keyed to meow at different pitches when poked. While it never became mainstream, The mere idea shows how bizarre some 1800s inventions could be. 15. The portable desk on wheels. Some inventors imagined a future where people could roll their desks around town. These large wooden contraptions on wheels were awkward, heavy, and impractical, especially on cobblestone streets. 16. The velocipede with giant front wheel. One of the earliest bicycles, known as the penny farthing, had a massive front wheel and tiny back wheel. While iconic, it was dangerous to ride, with riders often thrown head first over the handlebars. 17. The electrophone. Before radio, the electrophone allowed people to listen to live theatre or church services over telephone lines with a headset. It was expensive and clunky, and it disappeared once radio became popular. 18. The crinoline cage. Fashion demanded huge skirts, and the crinoline cage was a steel frame worn under dresses. While it achieved the desired silhouette, it was so wide that women struggled to sit, walk through doors, or avoid knocking over furniture. 19. The patent diving dress. Deep-sea exploration inspired bizarre inventions, including bulky rubber suits with giant helmets. These diving dresses were prone to leaks and limited movement, making them more dangerous than helpful. 20. The mechanical leech. Bloodletting was still popular in the 19th century, so one invention was a mechanical leech, a device designed to suck out blood like the real parasite. It was creepy, unreliable, and quickly fell out of favor. 21. The balloon ship. Inventors dreamed of airships before airplanes. One attempt was the balloon ship, a hybrid of ship and hot air balloon meant to float across oceans. They rarely got off the ground. 22. The adjustable wig helmet. Combining vanity with safety, this helmet was disguised as a fashionable wig. While clever in concept, it was hot, uncomfortable, and failed to protect the head in real accidents. 23. The ornamental leech jar. Leeches were still considered medicinal, so households kept them in glass jars with fancy decorations. When medical science advanced, the jars became useless curiosities. 24. The hand-cranked fan hat. Staying cool was difficult in the 1800s, so some hats included tiny fans powered by hand cranks. Needless to say, they were more tiring than refreshing. 25. The revolving bookstand. A piece of furniture designed to spin around, holding dozens of books at once. While useful for scholars, it was so bulky and expensive that it never became common. The 1800s were a time of bold ideas and fearless inventors. Some of their creations changed the world, while others faded into obscurity, remembered only as curiosities of a restless age. From electric corsets to cat pianos, these failed inventions remind us that progress is built on both success and failure. After all, without the experiments that didn't work, we might not have reached the incredible innovations we enjoy today.